We're going to start by saying, call Allah, Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim, continue to preach the truth and all true sincerity. All right, we're out here once again, to prophesy the downfall of America. All right, we're out here to prophesy and tell our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, that they are the children of Israel, and that we are still in captivity, waiting to be delivered up out of here. And that this place known as America, the United States, is really the daughter of Babylon according to the scriptures. Babylon the Great. It fits all the titles and all of the details that the daughter of Babylon is. America fits it to a T. Brother, before we turn the camera, we talk about how all this war shit going on and how it's just continuing to get worse and worse and worse. You got a bunch of things happening, man. You had a 7.0 earthquake. Can somebody get the Matthew 24 joint real quick? You just had a 7.0 earthquake. And I think they even upgraded 7.3, but I know 7.0 for sure. 7.0 earthquake in Cali. You had an earthquake, I believe, in Cuba not too long ago. You had a major flooding that happened in Indonesia, West Java, or Joppa, whatever the fuck it's called. You had, what else you had happen? Martial law in South Korea. They've been having so-called UFOs happen on this very state we living in, New Jersey. I don't know if I put it in the group chat, but there's a joint. Somebody posted a video, and it was actually I don't know if that was Jersey, but it was a UFO, so-called UFOs they called them, and they called them drones, and it was like they was all lined up, but the way the formation ended is like it made a ill ass formation. I was like, yo, that could have been humans, because like it looked at too like nobody taking credit for it, and they had the cops riding past it because people called the cops and said like there's some shit up in the sky. But you have right here in this city, New Jersey, it's been UFO sighted daily for the last, I think they said since like November. You know what I'm saying? But the martial law in South Korea, I know they turned it back, but just the fact that language, that verbiage is out here, man. Uproars of the people, man. You have businesses still closing down left and right. They're getting closer to the cashless society. I mean, what else needs to be said to where like the scriptures telling the truth? And that the scriptures are the only book of prophecy, man. Explaining all the events going on now was written aforetime. Can somebody get the aforetime for our learning? Because like what there's no other aspect. Remember, if that whole thing in Indonesia, right? Did y'all brothers see that?
Yeah.
The fucking bridge collapsed and it was all fucked up, right? And I had to ask, where was Allah at? Because in Indonesia is like 90% Islam. So where are these other gods to save the people, man? Here it is, you got the prophets of Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI prophesying the downfall of America, and not yet, they will eventually, but not nobody has, from government standpoint, approached the Israelites, man. Just saying that we need to get you off the streets just because of what you're doing right here. They're gonna do some conniving, diabolical shit, but they're not coming straight up saying like, yo, we need to get you off the streets for talking about the Bible. So what's going on? Somebody get the Matthew?
You want Matthew?
Yeah.
Matthew's 24.
Start 3.
Matthew 24 and 3. And as he sat upon the mountain of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be?
So the disciples asked YAHAWASHI, they asked them, so what should be the sign, basically the signs of the end? And you're coming, and you're returning. What straight up, straight up, question, ask a question, and then go ahead.
And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
The end of the world. So what world are you talking about? Who was ruling during YAHAWASHI's stint of his last incarnation? The Edomites, man. The Roman Empire to be exact, which is so-called white people. The same people ruling today. The same people that the central bankers, the international banking families, the same bloodline that they come from, excuse me. Those same people, man. Same people that Alexander and them came from. The same people, man. Coming back, history repeating itself. Nothing new under the sun. Okay, go ahead.
If you understand the scriptures and prophecy, it's actually very easy to tell, because even the scripture says that as his ways are holy unto as his ways are plain unto the holy, they're a stumbling block unto the wicked. And the scripture tells you that Esau is the end of the world.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
So we talking. So if the disciples asked YAHAWASHI about the end of the world, then there was going to be a particular type of vibe that's going to be on the earth in a ruler, and Esau was going to be the ruler, and that goes back to the blessing that Isaac gave him to him.
The very beginning, Book of Genesis. It was said that Esau and Jacob was going to be blessed with rulership, man. But the thing about Jacob and the difference between the two rulerships is Esau's rulership had an end, and now we're actually at almost at that point where he's actually at his end of his domain. And that's why he cried like a bitch. Because he actually lost it. Well, no, he didn't lose, but like, if you want to talk about the actual, how it went down in as man goes, he sold it. He sold eternal rulership. He sold immortality, man. He sold his birthright for a little morsel of meat and lentils. I just had some lentils yesterday. Go ahead.
I'm gonna read what you gotta ask for first.
So, fourth time?
Yeah,
Okay,
fourth time.
fine.
Romans 15:4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Hey, actually, and that's the thing to go by day to day right now. When we go through the harshness, we go through the bullshit of life. Just always remember what it says in the scriptures. This is at its end. The punishment of iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. We're still living out the punishment, but he said it's accomplished though, because now all these prophecies are rolling out. It's just you know what it is. It's just like that day to day thing. It's like because we have to go by a day. So each day is like, that's why the Lord said I had to shorten the days. And if you notice, it's Saturday again. And and this year is about to be over. Oh, good.
No, not bad. You good?
Yeah.
I was going to say that that's why watching is so imperative.
Yeah.
Is also because that actually helps with, it's like therapeutic with going by by day by being in captivity, being in hell.
Right.
When you're able to watch and see how the Lord is moving and how things are unfolding, that really is like a sense of comfort to you and to us to know that, hey, the Lord remembers us.
It's the balance of the affliction, because the Lord said, watch ye these things and rejoice. So yeah, it might suck. We still gotta go to work. We still gotta pay bills and all. But at the end of the day, we know that this is about to literally be over. And we're not just saying that. It's not just saying that just to sound good. Literally, it's almost over. Because look at the events that are taking place. These motherfuckers about to go into full-fledged war soon, man. A full-fledged war. Iran said we are fully prepared for war. Russia said we are fully ready to go to war against the U.S. and NATO. You had Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, said basically he wanted to throw in the towel, and NATO said no. Here's more weapons.
There was a general that said that the only way this war ends is with a nuclear bomb being dropped.
Right. I don't know. There was a guy, right? My man, he looking stressed now. Redacted. He was talking to
Michael
dude.
Clayton?
Yeah, that's his name. He was talking to the dude, right? And the dude was like a Russian.
Peyton Thomas, sorry.
Yeah, something like that. It was Clayton something though.
Yeah.
The dude he was interviewing a guy, but the guy was like a Russian media person, kind of like whatever he is, but from Russia.
Right.
So he was asking me, he's like, yo, so when do you see like this war stopping or like, basically like easing down? He was like, I can't say how long it's gonna be. He said, but it's definitely gonna be all of 2025. All of 20. He said for sure all of 2025. Remember, 2025 ain't start yet. So they already foresee that it's going to be all 2025 of this war. Now we going to know the end of this war is when YAHAWASHI return. But at the end of the day, as far as man goes, there's no end in sight. And now they're saying that Putin don't want to negotiate with the Ukraine no more because you had your chance 2 years ago. We don't want to negotiate no more. You took the side of NATO. You took the Western influence, man. It's curtains for y'all niggas now, man. Think about it. If you try to negotiate with somebody, it's your peoples, and they sign with the ops, and you tell them like, yo, come back to us. But they say no, we're gonna fuck with the other side. And eventually, and it's funny. It's after they dropped the ICBM, that's when that tune came. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? But like, all in all, the third world coming quickly, as the scriptures say. Another thing, like the brothers say, each day to day, there's things happening day by day. It's not just be like, yo, we gotta wait for a few weeks, and it was a major shit. It's like every freaking day now. China, Russia, Iran, Syria. The whole thing was Syria. They said that Turkey and the U.S. would invade Syria. How you think this is going to end? You think that one day everybody's going to say it's peace now?
Well, that's what they think Trump going to do.
Right.
They think
That's
Trump
true.
about to just wave a magic wand,
Yeah.
and then everything's just going to go away.
Stop the war. He said, I'm going to stop the Ukraine war in a day. How you gonna stop the Ukraine war when Putin said he won't really want to negotiate no more? Because he knows it's you funding the Ukrainians. So why would he want to negotiate with you? And how you gonna stop it?
Oh, you got the things going on with China and Taiwan.
Oh, matter of fact, hold up. I just seen so. You can read that again. Read that scripture again. The fourth time, John.
Romans 15:4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Might have hope, and we're hoping to be delivered in the time of YAHAWASHI's return, who the world calls Jesus, man. Because those are the things that the disciples asked for, and he answered and said, when you see these things, they asked him, what should be the signs of the end of the world? What should be the sign of thy coming? And you can go back to that actually.
Matthew 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And YAHAWASHI answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you.
Right, because now it's funny because now you got all these Israelites that's not really preaching the truth. Talking about the name don't matter. Talking about, yeah, you can call him whatever you want. Talk about, yo, the prophecy, talk about the prophecy's been fulfilled already. So what the hell kingdom we in then? What everlasting kingdom is this? What everlasting kingdom of righteousness is this? There's no righteousness. It said judgment don't go forth, man. What judgments of the Heavenly Father and the Son go out right now, openly? None. The Lord's judgment is not on, well, it's on the earth, but it's not the law of the land. But continue.
Verse 5, For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. That's in the New Testament. When he said you should hear wars and rumors of wars. What are we hearing now every day? Wars and rumors of war. Remember, it's niggas already fighting. And it's being talked about rumors of more people to fight. And more people. Canada just sent people over there to the Russia-Ukraine thing. Canada. The land of peace and friendliness. We can leave your door unlocked. What's up, bro?
No, I'm just going to add to it because, you might have simpletons who say like, oh, well, there's been rumors of wars. But the difference is you have everybody in it right now.
Right.
Everybody is involved right now. And it's nuclear talk right now. That's the difference.
Yeah. Matter of fact, and to add on to that, you want to say, yeah, it's all been wars and rumors of wars, right? But let's get this straight. When was the last time that these superpowers are beefing with each other? America, Russia, China. China talking real spicy against this country. Russia said we have declared America an enemy. When the last time they did that? The last time, I think they want to say, if you want to say the Cold War, which is what year? 1962. Nigga, 2024. So the whole time it's been kind of like, I don't want to say peace, but it's been like on the like, you know what I mean? They had their little region, but now it's like all the shit was like, and hold on, and you want to talk about all the war shit? Let's talk about everything else aside from that. Cashless society, the sea hip, excuse me. What about that? That never happened.
The pestilences,
the pestilences,
H1N1 in the milk,
the bird flus,
yep.
The C-19,
the
Mpox.
They said that there's something over in the Congo.
They brought over here.
Yeah, unknown illness that is deadly. So it's like almost every 3 months there's a new type of pestilence that's like deadly.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's yo. And remember the Lord, and what Scripture said the plans can't be turned back. They here now. Remember, all the prophecies are here to stay. Remember, the prophecy is going to keep continuing until the end. Continue with that. You read the wars part again.
Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
And if you want to talk about that, but if you want to talk about, oh, there's always been wars and rumors of war, but you got to remember, take it from the point of YAHAWASHI to now. That's, cause remember, he said to the end. It didn't go back in time. It said in the future. All of the disciples that asked him that back then, they passed on. Now, of course, they're being reincarnated. They come back in another body, but they actually passed on from that life when they asked him that. He went back up. The signs like coming back on this side, this time.
Yep. And that's how you know that Lord was talking about this time, because why would he tell the disciples, take heed that no man deceive you?
Right.
They was with the man himself.
Yeah,
so who going to deceive Peter? Like, who going to deceive all the other disciples? That's talking about coming back in this time. Because you wouldn't have no remembrance of being back there.
And how many wars and rumors of wars do you think they saw from that time of YAHAWASHI saying that till when they passed? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was the Roman Empire. Like, I don't know, like
I mean, you had the Roman Jewish wars,
but like,
for 70 AD.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like the third woe. Like when he told John, that third woe, he says the first and the second pass, or the second pass. That didn't happen in John's time. When the actual second woe, my bad. So now you can't get that. And ultimately, the one thing I always say, no one can argue the MOTB, man. That's the one thing, because that no technology was ever made in the past where like, yo, somebody had to get something implanted in their skin to buy or sell. So that definitely got to be that's the clear indicator. That's the no argument. You can't argue that. What argument could you put? When was that ever a thing? Oh, they kept saying, oh yeah, you're gonna have to get this in your skin. What, that didn't happen in the Roman Empire, that didn't happen in the Babylonian Empire, that didn't happen with the Egyptians. That was talking about the time we're in now. Just like the wars and rumors of wars. And continue.
Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
And kingdom against kingdom, man. These are kingdoms. Isn't America a kingdom? Isn't Russia, quote unquote, a kingdom? There's different domains, different rules, different laws. China, nation against nation too. That's Esau, Moab, Elam, Ishmael, Ham. I don't know if Japhet in the mix, but you can throw them in because there's a lot of Japhites in the Philippines. Ammon. What's up? And it said they should rise against. So where's the peace that you talk? Where's the peace that the Lord, you said the Lord was coming to bring? The Lord is going to bring that when they all go to war. It's not going to be. It's not going to be. He's going to come back and it's going to be peace on the earth. No, he's going to make the peace as he makes the war.
Because in Ecclesiastes, there's a time for peace, and there's a time for war. You can't have both at the same time, because the season of peace goes against the season of war. And by viewing how society is, you can tell that we're in a time of war and not peace. That's why you have nations talking about going to war, nuclear war. That's why you have tensions. That's why you have uprisings of people. This is the actual season of war. And the season of war won't end until the war finishes. And the wars don't finish until YAHAWASHI comes, according to prophecy, and takes out the rest of these armies.
And that's what they were talking about, and that's why a lot of protests have been going on for the last year or two, was this war stuff. A lot with the small hats and the Palestinians, and now the Russia-Ukraine thing. That's kicked up more. You know what I'm saying? It's all actually kicking up more. But the Russia-Ukraine thing got kicked up once Biden made that decision to have them send long-range missiles over there. They actually could use them. That's when it got kicked up more. And remember, and everybody, and you have people in America that think like, yo, it ain't got nothing to do with you. Nigga, this is your country doing it. Your government. That's why the dude, I was getting the name wrong, the dude Ritter said like, yo, Biden is about to drag America into this war. They already dragged in here. Heavy. If America is the main supporter of Ukraine, the main supporter of the small hats, the main supporter of Taiwan, the Philippines, Japan, you got over there in that Pacific Sea, they talking about, they're gonna have to start sending people over there. And I should have this article real quick, but continue on real quick.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
Oh, the famines, the earthquakes, you said the food joints, the poison on the bird flu, the herds. Now they're making lab-grown meat, GMO foods.
All the recalling because of
recalling. Hey, you want to talk about the grocery stores closing? Where's the produce go from the stores? What you got? Like, come on, like, yo, it's like, yo, the writing is on the wall. The writing is on the wall, and it's gonna stay on the wall. This is graffitied walls, permanent marker. You can't erase it. You can't stop it. No matter what you beg and plead and say. That's another thing too. Who's giving their God credit? Those people over there in Palestine and Lebanon, are they giving Allah credit? Are they saying that this is Allah's prophecy? Is this Allah's judgment?
Christians ain't even doing
Christians ain't even doing that. Nobody's saying praise Jesus for the things that's going on, but who is praising their God? Who God is being praised right now? The true worshipers. YAHAWASHI's servants, his men, his followers, his believers. Those are the ones that still go hard and still tell them like, yo, this is pertaining to the prophecy of the Bible. And that's how you know that the Christian churches don't really follow the Bible and they don't preach the Bible. Because they did, they would say to keep it coming. But continue, bro. Oh, you want to make what? Go ahead, bro.
I don't know if y'all see the news. A lot of YAHAWAHs are closing.
Nah, they.
These stores that have, different convenience stores with food and stuff like that, they're all closing. So when there's ever a famine, that's the shortage of food and lack of bread, lack of water and shit. So people are going to be out here fighting and killing each other. I mean, because of lack of bread, of lack of food or water. So.
And I remember, and it's funny you said that. I remember a couple weeks ago, one of the apostles, not to harm them, but the other apostles, the brother being Massachusetts, they were saying that like, yo, you got to remember too, Esau's going to make these famines. It's not the fact that it's actually a shortage of food; they're actually just taking the food away.
That's why Bill Gates bought up all the farmland.
Like on some, what's that shit called? Corner the market in a sense. Like basically taking the food away. So when we get the food back, we give it out in rations, and then ultimately what you want to bring out? Do you want food? Think about it. It's not like it's a shortage of cows. They're killing the earth But the earth always produces livestock, grains, vegetables, and all that. But these devils is fucking the earth up, and they take it off for themselves. The rich take it off for themselves when they go to their bunkers, and they giving us all the GMOs and all the processed food, the stuff that's giving people cancer and shit. I got you, bro. Health, the pharmaceutical world, population control. Go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say that movie Snowpiercer, which they made into a TV show, where they was basically had a ecosystem on the train, and people in the back, they were basically scrounging for food. They were poor, right? There was a bunch of people in the back of the train that had to eat bug bars, which is what the whiff is talking about now. Eating the bugs, right? They trying to supplement your protein from meat to actually from bugs and insects. But on the train, the people in the back, if you were just in the back and you only had the knowledge of the back, you would think that this is how everybody lives. Like everybody's scrounging, everybody's poor, everybody can barely eat, make ends meet. But as you get closer and closer to the front, they got steak, they got salmon, they got plethora of food. And that's what, as the brother was saying, that's what these devils are doing. It's not as if, oh, there's not enough resources of the earth, there's not enough food. Yo, we gotta start making fake food, because no, there's enough cattle, there's enough chicken, there's enough of all these things. But they're trying to keep it for themselves and give you a limited supply.
Yep.
So that you have to be continuously dependent on them. We're always talking about it, the universal basic income. There was enough jobs for people to have work, but what are they doing? They're cutting out all of these companies, destroying all of the working class, right? Taking away jobs, the restaurants and all these businesses, having AI take over, right? Which is taking away your jobs. AI is not going to take Jeff Bezos' job. They're not going to take Donald Trump's job. They're going to take the average citizen, mainly Jake. So then what happens? Now you have no way to actually provide it for yourself. So now you got to go down to Egypt for help. And Egypt like, yeah, I help you, but you gotta put this thing in you.
It's like just like the movie Hunger Games or something like that. The Snowpiercer, was the dude that played Captain America in that?
I think, what was that guy? Chris
Evans.
Chris Evans, I think that might have been him.
Yeah, I think that was. We watched that ways back, right? Yeah. I remember that the train and shit, because like the rich people was in the front. I remember that shit. That was like, it's like a little minute, like 2015 like shit. Yeah. So think about that. Oh, the class wars.
Yep.
The class wars.
That's what happened. The people in the back started to try to fight against the people in the front.
Yeah, because it's like more so like, yo, why do you get to have all the good stuff? Like, especially if you're the people that's bringing all the fucked up shit, like these Jeff Bezos and Donald Trump and all that, these corporate motherfuckers, they out here, that's why they building bunkers. They know the coming perils that's to come. But that's why the Lord said, what? Woe to you rich, but for the great rich that shall come upon you. The Lord saved me, preserving y'all niggas, but when he come back, remember the Lord's coming back to get the cream of the crop niggas. Now he gonna get the regular Edomites and the heathens, but he coming to get you leaders. He said all the kings of the earth shall shut their mouths at him. Why is that? Because he gonna be in their face.
You called the King of Kings.
King of Kings, Lord of Lords, man. He gonna call the shot. That's what they don't tell you in the churches. They don't tell you that so-called Jesus Christ is gonna come back and put order on the earth and then rule the earth. They make it say it's gonna be some imaginary place, or the kingdom of heaven where you die and then you see Jesus. No, it said on earth as it is in heaven. It's gonna come to he's coming to the earth. This is his. What?
All these things are the beginning of sorrows.
All these things are the beginning of sorrows, man. And remember, it's still not even that. Remember, people still walking around, buying and selling and all that. It's still kind of calm. But as everybody knows, that as the days goes on, it's just something getting worse. Yeah. Because I remember I was talking to this guy, right, and he was like, we talking about the war and shit, like the war stuff, and he was basically saying like, yo, man. He's like, yo, you know, like people have that, what's that? It's an instinct. It's like, yo, I just feel it's gonna get worse, because how is it gonna just get better? People want peace on earth, right? But how you gonna get peace on earth? The people that's all at the top are doing war. And remember, it's all about what the governments are doing. All the governments are going in a direction of war. So it's who's doing that though? Because they say they don't want to. Remember, if Putin's saying and they're all saying we want to stop the war, who's causing them to continue to do it? With that Proverbs, if somebody can get that Proverbs, I think that's what 20 something, or we said the King's Heart.
21.
Yeah. Was it any more? That's from Israel, right? You have something, bro?
No.
Can you give me Isaiah 13 and start around fourth verse? Yeah, is Allah doing it? It can't be Allah because wouldn't the Lebanese and the Houthis and all, wouldn't they be giving Allah credit? Wouldn't they be praising that God? Is it Buddha? It can't be Buddha because that means Moab would be giving Buddha credit. Who's giving that God credit? That's what the Lord wants to. That's what the Lord wants to know. Where's your God that can save you? Where is your Allah? Where is your Jesus? Where is your Buddha? Where are these gods at? The Lord said, show him. Our God said, there's no God with me. He said, I looked and there was no other God. Let me see, he's looking, Allah, where you at, Allah? Where you at, Allah? Where you at, Buddha? Yeah, you got coffee break? When you come back? Nah. Well,
Isaiah 1 and 2.
No, 13. Yeah.
Isaiah 1 and 13. Bring no more vain.
No, chapter 13. Chapter 13, yeah.
Third verse.
Yeah, you start third verse.
Isaiah 13 and 3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my hidings.
And who's rejoicing at the Lord's highness, and who is his mighty ones, man? Who's rejoicing right now? Who's happy? Remember, the Lord said that, yo, you should rejoice when you see these things. And on top of that, you got the Lord getting the nations ready, which actually go down to verse 4. That's actually when we start.
Verse 4, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustered the host of the battle.
The kingdom of nations, the kingdoms and the kingdoms and the nations. What did the Lord say in Matthew 24? It said, nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. And that's all you're seeing right now. And it's only gonna get worse. It's gonna continue. Ain't gonna be no like, oh, well, America's gonna say, you know, we need to stop this. China ain't gonna say, oh, we need to stop this. Russia not gonna say, oh, we need to stop this. Because the Lord is what? Read that again.
Verse 4. The noise of the multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts muster of the hosts of the battle.
And this is all, and what's happening now with all of Russia, Ukraine, Palestine, and Amalek and all that, that's all going towards this day. Because the day of the Lord is going to be when they all shoot nukes, and when they all shoot nukes at America. And America shoots nukes back. But it's going to be, it's like, what you said, what did the dude say? He said when this ends, it's going to be a nuclear bomb drop.
He said this war ends with a nuclear bomb.
But nobody dropped a nuclear bomb yet. And that's what Russia keeps threatening. That's what China keeps threatening. Matter of fact, hold that real quick. I'm going to read a little bit of this article. Because the Lord said to proclaim you this among the Gentiles and prepare a war, right? So this is from the Newsweek joint. This is from December 3rd, which is a few days ago. It says, U.S. satellites capture Chinese aircraft carrier preparing for war games. This is December 3rd. So that's what, 3 or 4 days ago? Now read a couple lines. It says, American satellites have spotted a Chinese aircraft carrier transiting toward Taiwan. Toward Taiwan. As a report claimed that Beijing could conduct a military exercise around a self-ruled island. But they don't want it self-ruled no more. China trying to take control of Taiwan. And who's Taiwan's influence? The West. The Western countries, NATO. All right?
China said that America is the cause of all the world's instabilities.
Yep.
So everybody's now seeing that who the problem is. And that's who the Lord is, as we read in Isaiah 13 chapter, he's mustering the hosts of the battle. He's putting his mind in these, he's putting this thought into these minds of these kings. Because you don't have economic wars, you don't have tariffs and sanctions, you don't have threats of military action just, happen for decades and decades with nothing going on. And then remember, Trump talking big business when he comes to office. He said he about to put 100% tariffs on China. That's a crippling effect on somebody's economy. In majority of wars, I looked up why the world wars start. One of the reasons is because of economy strength.
It goes both ways, yep.
It's over economy, it's over land, or it's over political tensions.
Money and power. Matter of fact, you said China. I think, I know he targeted China a lot with the tariffs, but didn't he say anybody that wants to sell to America at one point with the tariffs?
Anybody that something to that effect. I know he said he's going to do it to Mexico, and he said Canada. So he even talking about allies to America.
Word, because he said, I remember he said I want to charge 100% tariff. Now that could be a ploy to like like they not do it, like a threat, but like an empty threat. But just the fact that he threw it out there, which means that they feeling the pressure, and they feel that means that the American elites are having America like getting really brought down low. Well, it's really the Lord though, but like America's being brought down low as far as the economic strain on the earth, because they saying that these BRICS, they saying we don't need your dollar, and that's what it would. That's what it was. That's actually we said doing it. He said he's doing it because of the BRICS de-dollarization schemes. That's exactly why he said he's doing the tariffs, man, because that's going to cause America to be brought low. But continuing on this article, I'm going to read a couple more lines. It says, an image captured by the Landsat 8 and Landsat 9 satellites, which are managed by NASA and the United States Geological Survey, USGH, shows CNS leoning underway in the East China Sea on Monday. So this past Monday, it's Saturday. And it says, the first of 3 aircraft carriers launched by Beijing is homeported at Qindeho, I don't know how to pronounce it, a city in China's eastern province of Shandong. It took part in the military exercise codenamed Joint Sword 2024B near Taiwan in mid-October, a couple months ago. What also happened in October? Then Iran attacked the small heads, my bad. Then Iran attacked Amalek in October, and then they attack them back later in October. I could be like having it mixed up. Who attacked who on October 1st? Was that Iran attacking them, right?
Iran, yeah.
So then at the end of October, that's when Amalek attacked Iran. And in the midst of all that, you still had the Russia-Ukraine thing happen. All right, continuing on. And it says the latest intelligence assessment showed that the chances of China staging military drills this weekend were high. Reuters reported on Tuesday, citing Taipei-based security sources. Newsweek has emailed the Chinese Defense Ministry in Beijing for comment. They never get comment back though. So, also, this came after Chinese Communist Party, which views Taiwan as part of its territory, despite never governed it, condemned Taiwan President Lai Ching-te's stopovers in Hawaii and Guam during a tour of Taiwan's allies in the Pacific Ocean. That's where America told me they're going to start sending troops soon to the Pacific Ocean region. Why is that? Why is that? Because the Lord had them do it. Continue though.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
They come from a far country, from the end of the heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
So it sounds crazy to say, but let's take away the Lord's power, right? Let's just talk about them nuclear weapons. What did they say? Millions of degrees? Hundreds of millions of degrees. The day shall burn as an oven. Those nuclear missiles would destroy everything in its path. And that's what that's what everybody keeps threatening America with. That's what America keeps threatening the world with. That's what everybody keeps threatening each other with. It's nuclear weapons, nuclear bombs. How much longer till the threats become actual blows? How much longer till the threats are not just threats anymore? How much longer until Russia, America, China, and everybody start pushing buttons? Lift off, shoot. Remember the Lord said what? In the daughter of Babylon said, all those that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows. Those arrows are talking about the missiles. Ain't no arrows going, like brother was talking about, no arrows going intercontinental. Who gonna shoot a bow and arrow from one side of the earth to another? Who got that kind of arm? What?
Verse 6. How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as destruction from the Almighty.
Hold on, so why don't they read that in the churches, man? I ain't never heard the book of Isaiah read in the church my whole time when I was younger going to church. It said, how ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty, a destruction. That's not registered. That's not good. A good thing for whoever gets hit with that wrath. And if the Lord talking about the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great is going to get the full wrath of his indignation, and the daughter of Babylon has been broken down, and through the Spirit has been known that that's America. How do you think America's going to last forever? And all this stuff in all these countries threatening the U.S., saying that no, our wars with America and NATO, the West. Come on, man. Go ahead.
Verse 7, therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
Yeah, literally too. And you got to think about the fear factor of it. The fear of, let's say, right, the majority of people don't have no protection. They don't have nowhere to go to once the minister actually land over here. That's why the Lord says, woe to thee that's left there. So if you think about it, if everybody's threatening each other with nuclear war, and America is being despised by everyone, America is being the country that's being threatened the most, how do you think this is going to end? That means everything here in America is going to burn completely. It said it should be utterly wasted. And yet people think that somehow, they think Trump is going to be the guy? You think, somebody real quick, give me Lamentation 3:37. Because Trump said he could stop the war with the Russia-Ukraine in a day. What the hell you doing? All right, there you got no patience, man. My bad, go ahead. When you get it. Yeah, Trump talked about he could stop the Russia-Ukraine war in a day. I'll be easy, man. He told me he could stop the Russia-Ukraine war in a day, one day. What's the turn to say? Rome wasn't even built in a day. But he talking big talk that he could stop the war in a day. That's just pride. And that's just bullshit. He just said that because it sounds good. He don't really mean that. He don't really believe that. And he know that's not true. What?
Lamentations 3:37. Who is he that saith, and it cometh to pass when the Lord commandeth it not?
Who is he that saith it, and it come to pass when the Lord commandeth it not? The brother just read that the Lord said, how ye for the day the Lord is at hand, and how he's mustering his wrath, indignation. The weapons of his indignation. That didn't happen yet. That's not past tense. That was a future prophecy Isaiah was speaking on, man. And those arrows mentioned are the missiles. What else could it mean? What else? What else could it mean? And ironically, you have a cashless society on the way. You have the MOTB on the way, which is also in Revelation, the 13th chapter, the 14th chapter, the judgment that's coming if you receive it. People that already have it. People already have the MOTB. That's what's crazy. People already have it, but he said he calls them all. So that's what we're waiting on. Just like he said, everybody had to get beat up. Everybody's got to get C-hipped up. We go continue back in Isaiah.
Verse 8. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them.
Word. The dude, my man's, the dude Ritter dude, he said he was afraid. He's afraid when it's to come on a direction this is going. Remember, you have people that actually go by facts. When you look at the facts, how should America feel right now? If you really knew and really observed, and if you don't, and if to the non-believers, you should be afraid. You should be afraid. Because Russia's not bluffing, China's not bluffing, North Korea's not bluffing. They said they all got smoke for America. North Korea said that we designed this ICBM designed to attack the U.S. This is the U.S. And you got people getting ready for Christmas shopping, ready to light the tree. Wait, what's Christmas? That's in a couple more weeks, right? A couple more weeks. But by the day, the war is getting worse. By the day, and it's December 7th. And just like that, it could just get totally fucked up. Excuse my French, little child.
When you had China, well, not China, I think the American government, FBI, whatever, they just warned that American telecommunications is at risk for a cyber attack. And basically your text messages going between two different platforms like Apple to Samsung can be basically hacked, and not just regular civilians, but also higher up officials. And if your brothers remember back in, I think it was March of this year, that they gave all of the Congress people those
satellite phones.
Those satellite phones, yeah.
What a coincidence! A few months prior, you gave everybody satellite phones.
Now, what happens if something happens to where the telecommunications is done, and now you can't get in contact with nobody because China hacked the phone system? Now the government, they're still able to work because they got the satellite phone.
Yeah.
But a lot of people not having your phones. You see it now when AT&T got hacked over in August. People was losing their mind when Twitter goes down, social media goes down. People go crazy. What happens when you can't actually use your phone for a month? Right?
Yeah.
That right there is something how civilization could just, people in America are just so comfortable with everything just being status quo that they think that nothing could ever happen here. But just like how you got bombs dropping in Ukraine, just like how you got bombs dropping in Gaza, in Syria now, in Lebanon, what do you don't think the Most High has something set for Babylon the Great?
The worst of them all.
the ones where his people got the worst conditions in, where the scripture says where our Lord was crucified, where they completely got rid of what it is to actually be righteous.
Right.
But here it is, you got all these churches, like you got to swear on the Bible, right? The president's got to swear on the Bible, but they don't do nothing to uphold the laws of the Bible. In Psalms it said what? Seeing that thou hatest instruction and cast my words behind thee. And then on top of that, this devil got the audacity to think that the Most High is like him.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Like, thought he was like him. And matter of fact, you mentioned the government's warning. I don't know if brothers heard this. It had to be like a day or two ago. Even with the whole thing going on with Syria, that the other countries was warning that people their native citizens to get out of Syria. I think Russia was one, America was one. I want to maybe like China, but I know it was America and Russia for sure. That the citizens, like Russian citizens and American citizens, to get out of Syria.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Russia.
It was Russia, right?
Yeah, you told all the
their officials and whatnot.
Diplomats.
Yeah, diplomats and shit to get out of Syria. Now, why is that? Is that a blood? Is that like that's a joke? Nah, yeah. Here they probably been there for years or months or whatever, and all of a sudden, off of all the shit with the rebels in Syria, now it's like, everybody gotta leave. Everybody gotta leave. But think about where's Americans gonna go when they say, where you gonna go if you gotta leave America? Think about that. If it gets too crazy out here, all these other lands saying you gotta get the hell out of here, where's everybody gonna go? There's nowhere else to go. This is the end. We're gonna go to Canada. Now Canada's a NATO country too. You know? Brother, can you give me matter of fact, Joe West, we talk about it. Yeah, the third chapter. Cause these days we're in are the last days. And it's funny because like everybody know it now. Everybody mentions something like, yo, these things were spoken of in the Bible. Why nobody saying these things were spoken of in the Quran? Why nobody say these things were spoken of in any of these religious books? I don't know the names offhand of these books. But why are these nations not giving their God credit? That's what I want to know. That's what the Lord wants to know. The Lord told you, go to your idols and ask for counsel from them. I would think that the people in Lebanon, the people in Hamas, I would think they would be counseling Allah right now. Like, yo, what the hell's going on? Allah, give me, and you go on the Al Jazeera comment board, they say Allah is going to judge one day. Well, then Allah, what was he waiting for? I mean, 50,000 of your followers, and you know them niggas go hard follow over there. You would think that he's not a merciful God. Cause what is the death toll out there over there right now? They don't count no more. I know last it was like 40-something thousand people that died there from the Palestine shit. Go ahead. Start at verse 9.
Joel 3 and 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up.
Now that's what China's doing. That's what America's doing. That's what Israel, the small hats is doing. Turkey's doing. China, North Korea, Iraq. That's what all these nations are doing. Japan. Now you got Japan and the Philippines more in the talks now because of all that region. I think there was something happened with China and the Philippines and Japan that they had some shit around that region too. Not just to Taiwan. because they want all of that shit. And and Japan and the Philippines, Taiwan, they're allied with who? The West. So that's the whole. You're the what's that word? You're the like you said. They're the cause of everything.
They're the nucleus of the problem.
Yeah, like everywhere y'all at, y'all causing strife.
Hey, and that's why Putin, along with the BRICS, is talking about that there's a new world order that's commencing, and is going away from Western hegemony.
Yeah, the world order.
Right? It's going away from everything being Western American centralized. And in order to do that, you're going to have to actually go to war. You can't just detach yourself from a system that is already in place and think it's just going to just happen without war. And then ultimately, they're not going to actually be able to get that off the BRICS, because the scriptures talks about the mark of the beast, aka that America's going to be at the forefront, along with the rest of its allies, NATO, the EU, to implement this new system. Because the world currency, which is the dollar, it's already a one world system, one world currency. These BRICS countries, they still do business in the dollar. It's just they're just trying to de-dollarize. They didn't say they're completely dollar finished, but they still have to do business in the dollar. So while America still has that power, while America's currency is still the front runner, they're going to try to implement a new system, right? Which is where this whole cryptocurrency and digital assets is all going to be used. It's no coincidence that Trump, just a few years ago, he was totally against cryptocurrency. If you go back to his old speeches, he said that he didn't believe Bitcoin was an actual real asset. But all of a sudden now he done changed up his tune to the point where a lot of the officials that he is appointing in his administration coming up, they're all pro-crypto officials, man. He's literally creating a whole administration that is down with the digital system. Because when he comes in, however the Lord ultimately has these devils planted out, these they call it the deep state, because he's not against the deep state. Trump works for the deep state. But however the Lord got it planned out, he's going to be a major factor in his administration if he gets into office. They're going to push in that digital system, man. And it's happening right before your eyes. Why do you think Bitcoin got to $100,000? Just like that. And as soon as he got elected, November 5th, all of the cryptocurrencies shot up.
Yeah. I know that was crazy because my cousin posted on his social media like, yo, cryptocurrency is wilding right now, and he'd be like into all like.
I'm about to say, because a lot of Jake during the early pandemic times, they was getting into that shit. So a lot of Jake think they about to get rich off of the crypto thing, and that's Jake's mindset of, oh, we finally about to have that generational wealth. Yeah. We about to have the ability to set ourselves up for success for years on. It's a trap. Yeah. It's really a setup.
Yeah. And it's funny you said that with the they do the business in American dollar, because you think about it, the problem that America's causing, yeah, they know that, but they know America will never be wiped out until the Lord comes back. So like they're gonna have to America's always gonna be that thorn in everybody's side. Like in a sense of like, it's always gonna have to exist for these countries to have any bit of like prosperity, because that's prophecy. Mm-hmm. And hey, hold that in Joe real quick, but read that real quick.
Revelation 18:3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Yo, the main bit of America's influence in the world is their financial hold. The dollar, the brother was just saying, the actual dollar. Alone from all that, what the nation do to get the dollars and the influence. Like, you know what I'm saying, the buying and selling, really. And that's how they had that was their leverage. Their leverage was their financial system. Their leverage is their dollar. That leverage was lost a little bit in June when it was made, not the petrodollar, but at the end of the day, the fact that these nations still have to buy and sell to America. Like, if you eliminate America, this world will crumble in a sense.
100%.
But they thinking that they could like eliminate America being the top dog. But America could only be fairly at the top while it's existing. Because, read that again?
Verse 3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Those merchants, man. Those other countries. Okay. Those other countries. It said that, did it say anything about living deliciously? Was that in 18? Did it say anything about
18, but I think it's like a little bit down.
Okay, but it said that the merchants and the nation and the kings were drunk. The nations were drunk off the river of fornication. Sounds like it's a bit far, but now it sounds a little closer.
that's the alarm.
Fire alarm. Fire truck.
That's funny though you said that, because that's what the prophecy's all about. It sounds like there was a far off, but now it's getting closer.
Oh, word. This is like, and that's the horns, the trumpets.
And that's what we are, because now we're not talking about things that are going to happen. Now we're still talking about certain things that are going to happen, but a lot of things that we were talking about were going to happen are actually happening now.
Remember we talked when we were chilling before, it was like, yo, it feel like we're not quote unquote prophesying stuff, we're more reporting. Because we're reporting on the prophecies we already prophesied about. So it's like tying the events, current events, happening to the prophecies that was written back then. And just piecing it together and tying it like, see, that ties into this, that ties into that.
Hey, that's what the Ezekiel 33, and when it cometh to pass, and lo, it will come, then shall thou know that I'm going to
Fire. But the fire coming to America, the truck's gonna burn. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like the fire coming to America. Like when we talk about like nuclear fire, this is no longer not in this lifetime. Like honestly, think about it. How long do you think they're gonna be praying for war? They're doing the exercises now. When you exercise, like for instance, a boxing match or any kind of fight game, right? When you're training, the fight is coming soon. They're not training and then I'm gonna fight this guy 10 years later. No, when you're training and you're about to fight, the fight is coming months later. Now, I'm not saying that the whole thing shebang will be months later, but it's gonna be closely after all this shit going on now. They're putting all the ducks in a row. That's why the Lord said prepare war. They're preparing the war now. So when everything is set up, the Lord said, there will I sit and judge all the heathen round about. So everybody got to get all the mighty men got to come up. They got to assemble themselves, you know? But go ahead.
Verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plague.
Oh, what's the major plague? The destruction. But then the plagues are just like, like America is like people just like really off of America. Like they think America just like never gonna fall. Like they actually think America is just gonna like somehow, some way bounce back. It's just gonna bounce in the fire. It's gonna be made a lake of fire over here, man. And that's the Lord's judgment. Remember, the Lord said He declared the infinite beginning. He already set this out to happen. It's just now physically manifesting. And then the Lord has got His people, well, He got His remnant getting ready to be delivered up out of here, man. The ones that no longer are for this world and like just, drunk off the wrath of this shit, man. We always in the world. We always doing the things of worldly nature, man. Not understanding that a judgment comes to this place for the very actions that we were committing. Go ahead.
Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahawah have remembered her iniquities.
And remember, you made a point. This place is the place where His people is at, and in the worst predicament they've been in. How can this place really last? The Lord destroyed. Like that's what the Lord said. Yo, look what I did to Egypt when I buried you on my I think shoulders as eagle's wings. He's gonna have to do that one more time, but He's gonna do that with His son. And He's gonna have all the nations get destroyed in the meantime. and then put into captivity under his people, man. That's what's coming. That's what's about to take place. That's the future. That's a future event, and it's coming soon. The Lord YAHAWASHI is coming soon. Who you call Jesus, he's coming soon. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The signs is clear.
You got a precept.
Go ahead, bring it up.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 7. Therefore, I'm reading it in the GMT. Therefore, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, I will no longer remain silent about the wickedness of these godless people. I will no longer tolerate it. They have murdered innocent people. They have, and the blood they have spilled cries to me for revenge.
He will no longer tolerate it. What did the Lord say? Now he said, I will hold my tongue no more concerning their wickedness. I think that's an apocrypha too.
That's the same thing. I just read it in GMT.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Yeah. He will not tolerate no more.
He said, I will not quit the wicked. He's long suffering, but he will not at all quit the wicked.
Word. And when he said, oh, daughter of Edom, the cup shall pass through unto thee. He said it shall. And the Lord said, who can stay his hand? Who gonna turn his judgment? The Lord, one of the furious bars when the Lord said, who shall bring me to counsel? Who's gonna bring the Lord to counsel? The Lord declared this since before we even existed. Before we even existed, the Lord said, Babylon was gonna be destroyed with the daughter of Babylon. You were gonna go into captivity. Because we go to Deuteronomy 30th chapter, it says, and when these blessings and curses fall upon you. So the Lord already had it to where we was gonna go off.
Hey, Moses knew it. Moses said, I know you are stiff-necked people. And when I die, y'all gonna fall off. Because remember when Moses was with the Lord for those 40 days, it told you in the Apocrypha that the Lord showed Moses the things concerning the end. So when Moses came back, he was like, I know y'all about to fuck up.
Yeah. He got put on.
Yeah.
He got put on. Like he was like, and it's like, it was just him.
And that's why his face, they said that his veil, he had to put a veil over his face because the Lord gave him so much insight, so much knowledge that his face literally was beaming. It was literally beaming because he just gave him mad knowledge. His mortal flesh couldn't take it. It was just beaming out of his body.
And so when you talk about in that time when he came back down, what was Israel doing? They had the calf made. You know what I'm saying? It was, they were just bugging. The same thing niggas doing now. The Lord just has more Moses on the earth, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like the remnant is now being enlightened. And we hope to be part of the elect because there's nothing else to hope for. There's literally nothing, like America has no hope. Anything here in this age has no hope. It's not like America's gonna be destroyed and then Russia and China and all these other countries, they're gonna get to it. No, this is gonna be everybody's coming to the party. Everybody coming to the nuclear party, everybody. And if you're not part of the elect and you don't get delivered, then you're gonna be in the party burning too. And that's the hard, honest truth, man. Go ahead.
Reading on, verse 7, it says, they have murdered innocent people, and the blood they have spilled cries out to me for revenge. The souls of the righteous are constantly pleading for revenge. Therefore, let there be no doubt, saith the Lord, I will hear the plea of all the innocent people who have been murdered, and I will take vengeance for what has been done to them.
I want to say, because it said innocent people twice, I want to say because, with the whole thing with the Gaza and shit, they were talking about innocent lives being lost. But the Lord don't consider them being innocent. Because then he also said, I believe he said the righteous. They said the righteous, what he said, the righteous what?
Well, in the NLT it says that, hold on a second.
I know it said the innocent people, then it said the cries of the righteous, something like.
Where is it? They're murdered. The souls of the righteous are constantly pleading for revenge.
Right, the souls of the righteous are constantly pleading for revenge. Who is that? Who are the righteous souls on the earth now? The ones preaching his word. The ones that believe. They're the ones that understand these things that's happening and why they're happening. Well, of course it's what?
No, I'm saying because the Christian church, they don't teach you to cry for revenge.
Right.
They teach you,
forgive,
God loves everybody to forgive.
They use a cheek shit. They use a turn of the cheek joint and they twist it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the whole thing with Martin Luther King. But the thing about it is, it said they cry for revenge, right? Revenge on who? Who's doing these actions that they're crying about? Who's empowered? Who's at the top? Who carries out the laws? You have the motherfucker talk where he said, I care not who makes the laws, give me control of the money, because the people that have control of the money control the people that make the laws.
Hey, that dude that choked out the guy.
In the subway?
Subway. He just gotta quit it.
You gotta quit it, yeah, because there was like a mugging, right?
Huh? No, it wasn't a mugging. He was just on the train and he was off his meds and he was just bugging, and then you had a Marine nigga choked him out for 5 minutes.
Right.
And he just got acquitted for fucking manslaughter. Yep. So that just goes to show you how that the actual blood of Israel, even though that Jake, he might have not been elected, he's still an Israelite, man. He's still an Israelite, and how there's no pity on Israel here. Because if that was reversed, and everybody knows it, if the roles were reversed and that was a Jake choking out an Edomite, that Jake would have been killed. He wouldn't even get to court.
Or they would have stopped it right then and there.
But the fact that they went through the judicial system of America, which is supposed to be the justice system, right? But there is no justice.
Right.
That's why the scripture says that what? That the law is slack, man.
Mm-hmm. Don't go for it.
And also it says what? That they that slaughter people, basically roughly paraphrasing, hold themselves not guilty. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, man.
Also, there was a Jake, when he was getting choked out, he was trying to like grab the Edomite dude off of him, trying to pull him off, and the fucking Jake dude was standing over him trying to pull his arms.
Yeah, he was holding his arms.
Right,
yeah.
right.
I think it was a northern tribe.
Why
northern
they not
tribe.
being charged?
Yep.
Right. I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say this, yo. So whoever that Marine, cause it looked like some fucking Napoleon Dynamite looking Edomite. If I've seen it, remember the picture. Yo, YAHAWASHI gonna get you. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Might not get you on this side, but you gonna get got, man. The Lord said that the blood is crying out to the heavens. Where do you think he went? Where do you think that spirit went when he left that body? Went right back to YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI. Where do you think your soul about to go, nigga? You gonna do that to him, and it was recorded?
And I think the dude's name was the dude that got killed named Daniel, or the dude that did the killing named Daniel.
I'm not sure. But yeah, but either way, like you said, it was an Israelite. Like we say all the time, we get on our people, but at the end of the day, it's for us to do, not y'all. But since the Lord allowed, the Lord said, he said, I gave you into the hand of your enemies to be smitten.
Oh, yeah. Daniel Penny was the dude that did the killing.
That dude that did the killing?
Yeah.
Well, just know this, what is it, Daniel what?
Penny.
Daniel Penny, YAHAWASHI got you. He gonna holler at you. The Lord is gonna holler at you Edomites, man.
Jordan Neely is the guy that got killed.
Hey.
And Jordan,
I'm about to say Jordan. The Lord, the blood of the I'm gonna call him, like you said, he could have been not an elect, but at the end of the day, it's still the seed of Israel. That the Lord said, all of Israel is his people, apple of his eye. No matter how wicked or foul they get, you don't have the right to do that. That's the issue. That's like you're talking about, oh, black people kill their own people. Yeah, so what? That's for our people to deal with. But since the Lord has given us into your hands, we have to just get mad about it, because we can't do nothing about it. Yeah. So the righteous complain. How long, Lord? How long will these Daniel Nillys be able to just be killing us, man? The George Zimmermans. But at the end of the day, the Lord said, "Why cries thou for thine affliction?" Matter of fact, can somebody get that Jeremiah 30 and 15, 6? I think that was it on the Revelation 18 joint.
There's a little bit more here.
Oh yeah, you bring that. You continue that.
Verse 10, it says, "My people are being led to the slaughter like a flock of sheep. They will no longer have to live in Egypt. I will use all my strength and power to bring them out of that land. I will bring disasters upon Egypt, and as I did earlier, and I will destroy their country."
That was, you said that's Apocrypha, right?
Yeah.
So that's post-Egypt. That's post-Moses, post-Aaron, post-Pharaohs, well, the Pharaohs at that time. So what Egypt is talking about? When you go to Revelation, what is that?
11.
11? It's of a city spiritually, Sodom and Egypt. Egypt being bondage and captivity, slavery. What major captivity did we come to next after the time of Moses? We're standing in it. We're standing in it, literally. This is the land of our captivity. But this is also, luckily, thankfully, and the spirit of YAHAWASHI. This is also the land where the Lord said, you shall remember yourselves. This is the land where, was that on that?
Yeah.
Can you cue up Baruch the 4th chapter, but read that in the, yeah, this is when it cries out affliction. Yeah.
Jeremiah 30, verse 15. Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thy iniquity. Because thy sins were increased, I have done these things unto thee.
So the Lord would allow a Daniel Neely to do that.
Daniel Penny.
Oh, what I said, Neely? That was the other guy's last name.
Yeah.
Daniel Penny. That's why he was a fucking Beza man allowed to do that. And in his mind, he probably think, I could just kill niggas then. Cause he's Marine, so he probably got that, like, you know what I mean, whatever. And he was a Jake, like you said, like the blood of the innocent is not really admired here. Like you can kill it, like black lives or so-called black lives still don't matter. They never will in America, man. They can't. It's incurable. Esau always gonna have a perpetual hatred, so as long as he's on top, he's gonna be able to kill anybody he wants of the Israelite seed. That was his blessing. You inherited your brother. We served him for a time. But the only thing that they didn't consider what they're in. They didn't consider that, we wasn't gonna be able to do this forever. So now that's why the wrath is gonna get worse. Revelation 12 and 12. From the top Edomite to the lower. They all feel the same way, like, shit is not right. Shit. That's why Trump make America great again. Take our country back. Get rid of the migrants. He ain't never gonna be nicer. He could be phony and be like, be cordial, whatever, but he's never gonna like you.
Oh, that's what the scripture says in Sirach. That the rich man basically he'll bow like, be nice to you if it serves his purpose.
Oh, he'll crouch or something.
Yeah, he'll crouch to you if it serves his purpose. But as soon as he has no need for you anymore, he's gonna toss you to the side.
And that's what, and that's about to happen to fucking Floyd Mayweather soon, man. Because this nigga all in fucking Amalek land and just saying like this, that, and the third. Watch when Amalek lose everything, man. Remember the Lord said, remember Amalek. He will have war with him from generation to generation. Ever since it started with Amalek and the Palestinians and all that, it's just been getting worse and more people getting involved. And now they're being despised in the earth, and America is also experiencing that, man. That's how you know America is ran by Amalek. And that's how you know that them small heads are Amalek, because they actually control everything. The brother from another state, he sent me something saying that the elites said that they come from Nimrod.
The elites come from Nimrod?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not genealogically, but in the spirit, they're trying to implement the same thing.
Yeah. That's
why this place is called Babylon, the first Babel.
But the funny thing about it is, I was like, they claim anything but Esau, boy, I tell you. Cause that's what we were talking. He's like, they said they fucking Nimrod.
They come from Nimrod was the first person to rebel against the Lord.
Facts. So in the spiritual aspect, you are correct. But but he was talking about like physical. Yeah. I was like, damn. I mean, he said they were the Egyptians, right? When you watch the movies, they Egyptians and the Israelites, and the Romans,
and
the Greeks, and the Persians. Hey, y'all, everybody, huh? Where's everybody else at? All the people that's on the earth now. Where were they for these movies depicted? But actually, Esau's never mentioned in these movies, yo. They never did the story. Did they ever do a story on Isaac and Jacob and Esau? No. They probably had two Edomites play him anyway.
Only reason I heard of the name, because I wasn't into the Bible. I heard there was a comedian named Esau, which happens to be Jake. That's the only time I ever heard that name personally.
Yeah, they stay clear from it. But you can take on to that, actually. That's just a nice little steak bone right there.
Jeremiah 30 and 15. Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. I have done these things unto thee.
So the Lord is talking about how his judgment is right. He said, because you sinned against me. Since you sinned against me, I put all this on you, man. I put all this on you. And remember, we talk about in the time of Jeremiah, but then from the Moses to Jeremiah, that's a nice little minute of just sinning. Idol worship, which is taking place. This is a major part of idol worship in this time of year, in this era, this age. The Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, all that shit. And then it's like this is all the pagan shit.
And that's what Jake don't realize. It all goes back to idols.
Yeah.
And the Lord's eyes is like, I don't. At the end of the day, you're worshiping an idol, even if you're not even saying, "Oh, praise Saturnellus or Janus." Yeah. The customs. That's why the Lord said the customs of the people are vain. You're going according to the customs of the ancient times where they would serve and worship their gods, which is the first commandment. If you commit idolatry, there's nothing else, and the Lord got nothing else to talk to you about.
Right. you giving his fame to another. I mean, praise to another. Excuse me.
You're acknowledging a God that does not exist.
Right. Which means you're acknowledging nothing. You might just pray to a brick wall. That's really what, because like you think about it, it's like, and they think they're doing the right thing. That's the sad. They actually think they're doing something right. When people go to church on Sundays and pray to Jesus, they actually think that the God is the Heavenly Father that they think they believe in is pleased in that. Yeah, word. Yo, when Isaiah the 63rd chapter comes into play, you will understand who you really are. No dyed garments from Basra. Who is this that come out of Basra? Dyed garments of Edom, or roughly paraphrasing, who tread in the wine press? You're the wine press. And you other nations. They say you're gonna trample the nations in this fury. Why don't they read that in the churches? What about that? Oh, that's too violent. But you could talk about David and Goliath, and we can experience this, and be like, we just gotta take it under the chin.
Well, BB used the Bible to justify going to kill, do what he's doing in Gaza.
Oh, to see the Amalek, right?
The Amalek. So if you're talking about, the Bible's too violent, and what we're talking about is extremists and all these things, well, that's exactly what BB did.
Word.
He said, remember Amalek. He said, remember Amalek.
Yeah, that's gonna come back to bite you, because you about to find out you Amalek if you don't already know. I don't know. BB can still be like, I don't know if he's that up there in there, but like, you know you ain't Jacob. Cause think about it. If y'all was the Israelites, why are the nation still learning war? And what captivity did you serve and get delivered out of? Excluding, what'd you say?
He was in Germany.
Right. Adolf Hitler.
But Adolf Hitler came of the same seed of you as you. All of Poland and what was it? Poland and with that region.
It curses is people accuse them from owning everything.
Anti-S, yeah. and if you say something, anti-S. Matter of fact, what did I send you something? You sent me the it was in another. It wasn't in Amalek land, but it was a synagogue that got exploded.
In Australia.
They were saying in the comments that they think that was an inside job. They said they think Amalek did that to have a reason to like do some other shit.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
But all in all, a synagogue blew up, and I'm pretty sure them small hats, they're not all informed, so they all thinking that they're just being attacked.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because the inside job means that's at the top, but those small hats that go there just for worship in the actual synagogue, they really hate us. Why they hate us for being God's people? I never knew chosen would be such a but no, you're not chosen.
I never knew chosen would be such a burden.
Like, cause if you see, remember the top hats and small hats, they was all around, like they exploded. It was like, you know what I mean? Just like, and they said, that was an act of anti-esism.
And it's funny because Amalek always try to associate their oppression to with us, with so-called black people.
I remember they said that.
They always do that. The small hats and the blacks are the most oppressed people.
But you small hats oppress the blacks, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? You gonna talk about the oppression that the people that was oppressed by you and saying that their oppression is compared to what you're going through? Yo, that's why the Lord gonna stomp with you. Yo, when YAHAWASHI comes back, y'all gonna understand how hated you really are. Because you despising the earth. Now, remember, you despised by the other nations that the Lord also said is nothing. Imagine once the righteous, the almighty begotten son comes back in his glory and says, you.
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 Number one op.
And nobody, so who gonna save you?
They all gonna now look upon you.
But then it said if he's gonna build back the tabernacle of David, right? What did David do in his tenure? He trampled the nations, subdued the nations. Actually, he said he said they cried unto the Heavenly Father. That's weird to sit here, a heathen crying to Yahweh.
I mean, at some point you gotta recognize.
Word.
That's the only savor.
And then what did David say afterward? He said, and then you didn't answer them, and then they still under my feet.
He said, then did I start to beat them into powder.
So think about it. That's what the Lord about to bring back, but in the spirit, He's gonna bring that spirit back, but be in heavenly bodies, immortal bodies. Remember, David was still a mortal man. So the father of the house of David is going to be led by who? YAHAWASHI. Going to go back into that godly state that he didn't get to finish, before he lost it.
I got it real quick. Psalms 18, verse, I'll start at 38. It says, I'll start at 37. It says, I have pursued mine enemies and overtaken them. Neither did I turn again till they were consumed. I have wounded them that were not able to rise. They are fallen under my feet.
They were not able to rise. Yo, that can't tie to Amalek now, because these nations are rising against you. You ain't subdued. I mean, you subdued it in a sense, but like the other nations, I'm talking about school us. The other nations, you don't have them under that like have you have America? You don't have all other nations like that, like the other countries. Like yeah, you have your but that's why everybody coming at you now. Because you are backed by America. You have the what, can we say the IDF? They don't.
I mean, I guess.
You got the IDF.
Their army.
Their army, and then who else? Or NATO, but they're not really a part of NATO in a sense. But that it's still just Esau. But Russia is also Esau, and you got NATO. It's a bunch of bullshit happening within NATO. Cause didn't you just say something about Canada and
Yeah, you got a bunch of NATO
chaos
countries that are not with what America is doing back in the small hats.
Right.
So there's tension in NATO because of the small hats.
And then with the Ukraine thing too.
Yep.
Because the whole thing with Ukraine is they want to be part of NATO. And they said, and the reason why they've been like being lackadaisy with it is because they don't want to go to war with Russia. But yet somehow it's still going down. And that's the power of the Lord, because they're not official members of NATO, but NATO keep the America and the NATO countries keep backing them. And if Zelensky talked about he wasn't throwing a towel, and a guy from NATO saying, nah, here's more weapons, we see who's really in control now. And who's ultimately doing that? That's the Heavenly Father. Y'all ain't ceasing no fire. What fire? How you gonna cease the fire that I'm coming to bring more fire to?
Hey, YAHAWASHI had a wish. He said, how I wish it was already burning.
So,
He
word.
came to send fire on the earth, and how will I if it be not already kindled?
Word.
So the fire got to be already kindled when YAHAWASHI comes.
Word. 2 Corinthians 13.
If he's the Son of God and the Most High is a consuming fire, YAHAWASHI seeing fire, that was like, oh, it's party time.
Word. And when the fires start to grow and be in more lands, it's like it's going to be a point where it's going to be war, fires everywhere. Because the Lord said that He's going to plead with all flesh with fire. So when His sword is bathed in heaven, that means it's going to be a lot of fires that can't be put out. But who read something?
There was a little bit more on
You
this.
go more than that? All right. You can
Verse
do that.
39, you still want the Baruch too?
Yeah, but I want him to finish. Yeah, actually,
It says, it says, I have wounded them and they are not able to rise. They are fallen under my feet. For thou hast girded me with the strength unto the battle. Thou hast subdued under me those that rose up against me.
Oh.
Thou hast also given me the necks of mine enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me.
And what is David doing right now? Not taking none of the glory. He's giving all the glory to who? YAHAWASHI. He said, thou. Thou. Who is thou? The Lord. He didn't pat himself on the back. He gave all the glory to the Father. The Father. The Lord. Because he said, like, yo, you subdued him for me.
Hey, the Lord is a man of war.
Yeah. David just saying, thank you for using me. Because that's all David was. David always gave the praise to the Lord. also go join on the phone, little bug on your phone.
Oh.
Know what I'm saying? And that's what the Lord is about to build back up. Because I think it says in the Tabernacle of David, and I think that's Amos when he says, I think the verse or two later it says he will take down Edom and all of that. So that's what's about to go down. But,
Verse 41, they cried, but there was none to save them, even unto Yahawah, but he answered them not.
So they cried to their gods, and then they, like you say, we gotta go out to the real God. And once that happened, they was like, damn, I guess this is life now, huh? And that's gonna be the realization in the earth, like, damn, they're in control now, they're in charge. When Yahawashi comes back, remember, we're gonna be under, it said joint heirs. Remember, this belongs to Yahawashi. So when Yahawashi comes back, he's gonna put the elect on what he's on. There you shall smite the nations, be like as unto me.
He said,
meet in the
you
heirs.
should break in shivers. They should be broken in shivers as a potter,
Right.
even as I have received of my father.
Right.
So Yahawashi received the ability to break these nations up, to beat them down. And Yahawashi said, I'm gonna let you get a piece of that as well.
You said potter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember the cool analogy when you smash like a potter or a vessel of that, its pieces all scattered. So you're gonna be broke, and you can't put it back together. You can't put it back. You're never going to get over top of us again. Like once Yahawashi come back, all you heathen are going to realize that we'll never rule again. That's going to be like crystal clear too. It's going to be like, damn, ain't nothing we can do against that. 'Cause remember, he's going to come destroy and then subdue you. So you're going to have the highest of your military grade weapons and all that. Second Esdras, the 13th chapter. That great multitude he saw, I got you. That great multitude he saw, and he said, then it was like unto dust.
That's what I'm saying. Esau's at the heightened time of his technology when it comes to destruction. You can't. What else you gonna? What's stronger than a nuke?
Concentrated fire.
What's stronger than a nuclear bomb? You can't break down an atom outside of the nuke, outside of a nucleus. So you literally got into the high-end level of the type of, you weaponized as much as you could.
Yeah.
The things on the earth. You can't weaponize anything else as much as you have now. And the Lord said, you want to use those weapons to fight against them, but nothing's going to prevail. So that's why, as the brother was saying, once Esau gets taken down, because you got in the highest military, you got in atomic, you got hypersonic bombs, you got all these things. Once you use those things to try to fight against the Lord, and you see that it doesn't even scratch the surface,
Right.
you're going to learn war no more after that. Because what are you going to learn war with? Well, we tried to fight him with a nuke, but that didn't do nothing.
Word.
So you gotta just accept your fate.
And it's funny because there was a lot of time and money that put into making these nuclear weapons and bombs. It wasn't just like they just made it. Remember, the Lord is just going to come down here with his glory, his essence, his aura. After all that time, generations y'all making these bombs, y'all going to use everything y'all took all that time to make and just be, the Lord going to make a speedy riddance. That's showing his power. Like, yo, you can't fuck with me. Yeah, can't none of y'all, like, that's what your house y'all gonna say, yo, like you cats be like in the sports.
They do like a slam dunk or some shit.
Yeah, they be like, yo, I remember one time, I'll never forget it, I don't know if you remember the game when the Lakers were playing the Rockets, and Kobe was busting, he was fucking Shane Battier up, so he had scored, was like, he can't guard me. He can't guard me. And you know.
Oh, they do that now.
Yeah. It's like the show, like, yo, you can't fuck with me. Yeah, and that's what they say too. I'm him. So when Yahawashi come back, he gonna prove to the world that he's him. And nobody's gonna knock him off the power seat. He is the power seat. He gave y'all power. He gave you the Father had y'all do it, but like the Lord, that's the Father. He's the first. He said all things, all domain and all principalities were given unto him. Everything that the earth was made for him, by him. And then now you got his people, his children, the nation of Israel. I believe it says that also in when he talks about the Basra, Isaiah 63 said basically the mercy and the style towards Israel, roughly paraphrasing. So it's on. It's on. And the war is only gonna get worse and worse and worse. But you done with the,
Yeah.
all right, you can read that now. Speaking of which, now let's get to the nitty gritty.
Verse Jeremiah 30:16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
Right.
And all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity.
Whoa, whoa, they talk about, yo, it's wrong to have slaves, but it wasn't wrong for us to be enslaved. Nobody wants to rectify that situation. Nobody wants to talk about what happened to us over here. Where was the Ukrainians at when we was getting fucked up? By the Americans. We're American whites. Where was the Lebanese people when we was getting messed up by the American whites? Where was the Chinese? Where was all these other nations at when we were getting our asses handed to us over here? They was all around. They all existed. They didn't come over here and say, yo, we need to help the Negroes get out of the hands of the American whites. No, they was like, yo, that's not our problem. But yet you want us to stand for Ukraine? Oh, free Palestine? No. We want to keep it going. This is judgment. Y'all all accounted for in the scriptures of our God's book. I pointed to the sign. In our God's book, that's why he said all they that devour thee. So all y'all had a part with Esau devouring us, man. How you come over here, you coming over to Jake neighborhoods, you got your nail salons, Chinese food restaurants, your liquor stores in every corner, your the African hair braiding. But we're not Africans. What else you got? Chicken shacks.
Corner stores in general.
Corner stores in general. Oh, the Muslim spots, the oil spots. If the spot we go to up in Newark, when you go, there's an actual Ishmaelite in there too. There's the Jakes working there, but the Ishmaelite actually owns that spot. Remember, it used to be the tail, not the head. Yeah, he'll let you work for him. When you go to them halal spots in the hood, who owns it? I'm not talking about who's cooking, who owns it? Whose name is on the building? Something says Shahid or Lahid or some shit like that. That's what y'all gonna get devoured. And he said y'all gonna go into captivity. He said all of them. Read that again real quick.
Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured,
Uh-huh.
and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity.
Uh-huh.
And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
Hey man, that's it. That's hook, line, and sinker. That's all you nations. Because right, if the nations all lived deliciously after the Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, right? It said all the nations were drunk. So that means all you nations profited off of our captivity. How do you think America became so great in the first place? How do you think America got to where it's at? The free labor from the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And then Esau shared it with y'all niggas. And now here we are. And now it's time for y'all to go down. And that's why the Lord gonna have y'all destroy each other. And that's why you have, that's why he said, weapons of our warfare are not carnal. But watch though. Watch as well as pray. Watch what I do. Watch me work. Thus saith the Lord. Roughly paraphrasing. Watch the indignation I have towards these nations. Watch how they're nothing to me. Those Palestinians or them Lebanese, they're nothing to the Lord. That's why he's allowed them to get killed so much. Those people in Indonesia, those hurricanes, tsunamis, earthquakes. What the fuck? Where the fucking rich people be going? What's this shit called? Dubai, Africa. And it's all stuff. They're not reporting on all this stuff. It's so much happening. Hell, Esau. You said we talk about the dude that got killed in the car accident. That's a small doses of judgment. Watching the Lord judge y'all on the whole as nations. Remember, the Lord said, I believe in the book of John, I can't remember what said, but he said he judges individuals and nations. So whatever nation you're from, you get the judgment of being a part of that nation. Our judgment being Israelites, we went off, we got put into slavery, you were gonna have a land where you're gonna live like shit. And that's America. But all the Lord said, what? I will also deliver you out of it. But go ahead.
Can I say something? No.
Verse 17, for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord.
I will restore health unto thee, men. Immortal bodies. A righteous mind. Set. Not going off. Not being subject to sin. As we were supposed to be from jump. But like we fell off. We fell from grace a long time ago. But now the Lord, I can't say slowly, but surely he's putting us back on. It's like basically like he's transitioning us back to the right side.
Dead bodies are alive again.
Yeah.
In Revelation, it talks about the 3.5 days that those dead the bodies lied in the street of that great city, and all these other nations, they rejoiced over it, right? They rejoiced the fact that we were down, that we were clueless, that we didn't know who we were, right? They've gotten rich off of that, like how the brothers just mentioned it. But the Lord said after 3.5 days, at 350 years, he was going to do what? He was going to put the spirit of life back into us, right? And that's what? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And that's what happened. And now, the fact that we're standing up and we're remembering ourselves and we're repenting and we're turning back, we're not trying to gather up nukes. We're not trying to gather up an army to join into, go down to the valley of Jehoshaphat and fight. Nah. All we got to do is proclaim it amongst the Gentiles. Y'all going to go to war. This is for the controversy of Zion. And ultimately, what we got to do is going back to what it said in 2 Ezra 15 chapter, is complaining to our Lord, complaining to the one and true living God. And he is going to defend us. He is going to deliver. He's going to send the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the commander in chief, the forefronter of our salvation. He's going to come and deliver us.
Plead our cause.
Yep, the kinsman's redeemer.
Word.
And that's the most fearful thing for Esau, man. Because the fact that you got the remnant of the elect of Israel that are calling upon the Lord, Esau knows he can't do nothing against that. He can't actually stop, and that's why he wants that Quran, because he wants to literally try to stop our thoughts. He wants to try to manipulate our thoughts to where that we won't call upon the Lord. But it's already too late, because the elect has already gotten the victory over the beast. We'd rather die than for you to be able to manipulate our thoughts, man.
That's right, man. And he going to continue to get worse because he sees it's at his end. That's where the cruel wrath comes from. The thing about it, if we're out here proclaiming this and it's all happening, how do you think they feeling right now? You got to think about it from another standpoint of it. As an Edomite now, even these regular low-level Edomites, they're seeing the direction that country's going in. They're seeing the direction the world is going in. Everybody's at America's neck. You have people talk about it. He's like, yo, Edomites be talking like that. Everybody hates us. But you act like everybody hates you for no reason. Look what you've been doing your whole time on the top.
Hey, the wicked has been revealed.
Yeah, now your skirt's being lifted. Now you're feeling that bitter. Now you're feeling that shame. You feeling that embarrassment. You feeling that accountability.
That's seen that clip of that Edomite woman on the bus. She was like talking
to the Indians. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And you can just see like, yo, people are just disgusted with you Edomites now, man. And yet the Shedamite woman, she going out bad. Because there's been a lot of, you got the whole, the teachers, messing with having sex with the students. You got Edomite women crashing out the Karens, just talking shit. And then on top of that, you still got them fucking with Jake. Yep. So yeah, if your woman, that's the same thing happened with us. If your woman starts to fuck up, eventually that shit gonna trickle. That's gonna fuck up the family.
Oh man, I got a story. It's kind of fucked up, but like it's a testimony to friend of a guy I know, right? He said, yo, he was Jake be committing adultery and shit with these Edomites too, though. Edomites be married and shit, right? But long story short, right? He said that he was dealing with this chick, right? He said he was doing the do. The husband had a camera in there. So he said the husband said something like, how could you do this to me?
Oh shit.
He said he heard that. She was like, yo, what the fuck? And he's like, he's seen it. He sees everything he's doing.
That's wild.
Everything he's doing. And he was like, yo, I was thinking like, as an Edomite man, like, you saying your woman getting banged out.
By Jake?
Yeah. I was like, yo, like, and he's, Jake's so descriptive when it comes to like, he told her, yeah, I was face crazy or all that. He saw all that shit. Oh, and he said, like, how could you do this? Like, he's watching it. Something now he was sick. He was watching it.
That shit reminded me about Ozark.
Yeah, that's what I thought of. That's exactly what I thought of. You know what I'm saying? Head camera. Head camera. And shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's just going to show that the vileness, and that's the violence of our people too. But like how Esau's going, like to your point, Esau's going down bad along with his, starting with the woman. Because like you said, that's how we went down first. Our woman got turned against us. But the thing about it is, y'all losing it, y'all at the top seeing it go down. See, we was at the top, went down, but it was like over a long time. But this is like actually a short, like your prosperity was short.
Hey, yes, I seen Satan falling from heaven as lightning.
Right.
You coming down quick.
And the prosperity of the wicked, what it said, but it's short. So like that Edomite, like you got these Edomites with them Karens and all that. They probably be like, they be a certain age, but it was be like, they could be young too, but they usually be around like that 40 mark, 50s, because like it's like kind of like you're over the age of being young, so like now it's like you're being closer to death. So now you're looking at everything like, what the fuck is happening? Like when Will Ferrell's stepbrothers, when they told them they had to move out, they're like, what the fuck happened? Like that's what Esau, and that's why they was happy, and that's why the Lord had them put Trump in there to kind of ease their frustrations. But what they don't understand is it's still gonna get worse. And it's gonna be that moment where Trump is gonna disappoint them. Just how Biden did. It's all the same shit. It's like there's no remedy. Remember, there's no remedy for Babylon. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Mm-hmm. No Trump, nobody could come here and be like, yo, we could fix this. We continue on? You want to say something real quick?
Oh yeah, and also let you know that Esau can't handle adversity.
Oh yeah.
You know, when we go through shit, you know, we go through it, whatever, you know, we always try to find another way to, you know, survive or try to another way just to, you know what I mean, to get through what we're getting through. Mm-hmm. When they go through shit, they kill themselves.
Right.
You know, they lose their job, they lose their millions of dollars and shit, especially these rich Edomites, they jump off buildings and shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? We just start all over. You know, when we hit the rock bottom.
They don't know because they've lived so deliciously they forgot affliction. I mean they forgot what it was to know that they're the base of men. But now the Lord is reminding them every day. He's reminding them every day, like, yo, you are at your end. Now they're not gonna say I'm an Edomite, I'm at my end, but they understand how they're seeing their country going a direction that is not cool for them.
But that's what in Isaiah 47. It said that what? She sits as a lady and said, I will see no sorrow.
Yeah. But in one moment, she'll see the loss of children, widowhood, loss of children. Yeah.
Yep.
You never experienced the adversity like the brother said. You never experienced it. Like it's like, for instance, what's it, 2024, right? So you got to think about it. So in 1924, the state of Edomite mind was totally different than it is now. Now, granted, you can say that's 100 years ago, but it's 100 years that long ago? We have grandparents that's in their 80s. So from the time of 2024, if you go back 100 years, and then go back 200 years, and 300 years, think about it, you're 1724 now. What time were y'all feeling then? How were y'all feeling back then? How are we feeling back? Where we at? We was getting whipped.
We were dead.
Huh?
So we were dead. We didn't know who we were.
Oh, no. I was saying as far as like the our condition.
No, I'm saying we were in a dead state.
Yeah.
They were live. They were living.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
But we were dead. We were bones. That was when all the nations were rejoicing over us.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We were dead. What they say? We're 3/5 of a human. We weren't even considered humans 300 years ago.
Yep.
And now, here it is, 300 years now. Remember they said the whole Willie Lynch thing was all about 300 years. Mm-hmm. And now 300 years now, you got these niggas, that you thought were just dead state. Now they're calling themselves the sons of God.
Yes.
And then while that's happening, all of the earth is in a turmoil. You got UFOs, chariot sightings, and we're saying, oh, those are our vehicles of salvation. Right. You talking about that's a international security. You're afraid of it. We're rejoicing in these things. Your kingdom going down. Your women bugging out.
Mm-hmm. All these events. It's like,
Israel's remembering themselves. They're getting in order. Not all of Israel, but you got most of them still. But you got a lot of elect.
The fact that
remember
themselves.
themselves.
Percentage. Yeah.
That's it. And that's why the Lord did that for a small percentage. All I need is a little remnant.
And the Lord has the Lord tells the remnant tell that a lot of our people are going to be destroyed. Mm-hmm. So that's covered too. Yep. It's not like it's like, oh, well,
you need every single Israelite to wake up.
The Lord said, the elect, the remnant within the nation as chosen. But eventually they're gonna come back too. See, you're still fucked. No matter if just one of us survived.
Because that's what YAHAWASHI did. YAHAWASHI, hey, what did John say?
Yeah.
Behold the Lamb of God who taketh away the sins of the world. The word of Israel.
Word.
So even though the majority of our people are going to die, it's because of what YAHAWASHI did. They're still going to be a part of it.
Showing the mercy of the Lord, and towards he would yet choose Israel. Remember, it's just the spirit leaving the flesh. That spirit is going to come back in the immortal, righteous state of mind.
And what's the balance to that? even if you got an Edomite that say, oh, I never owned slaves, if you still in the seed of Edom, Esau, you still got to be the strong.
Word, because you are the seed. And if you are the seed of Esau, you had a part in it somehow. Maybe not that. Maybe not this life in America where you were just Hank and you just, you went to work and you just, lived the right. But you still had no problem with it going down, and you still reaped the benefits. I remember the apostles always say that. Yeah, you might not have had enslaved people, but you reaped the benefits of when it happened, of the people that did it. And you weren't saying, here's everything, give it up. You didn't leave. Your presence here proved that you still took part in it, but you had nowhere to go.
It's like stealing something. Somebody stealing something and then giving it to you, and then you go and use the money to go buy something else. And then when it gets found out that it was stolen, you be like, oh, I didn't steal it. No, but you profited from the thing that was stolen.
You're by association. That's all it is. But remember, like you said, the seed is the same. It's a fruit from the same poisonous tree. You still are of the seed of Esau. You come from Esau. This judgment said the whole house of Esau. He didn't say, oh, small remnant of Edomites. No, he didn't say just the elites of Edomites. He said all you Edomites. And that's going to make you hate Amalek more, because Amalek is the Edomites that took everything. And had you living, some people living in mobile homes and trailer parks and fucking maybe not the best condition. Because every Edomite ain't lived good in America. They live better than most average Jake, but they didn't live elite, But you still going to go to slavery no matter what. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 30:17, for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord. Because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after.
And we go into NLT, I believe that verse, it said that no man cared for it. They didn't care about it. You go back to what you said. When you go to I think it's Joel, the 3rd chapter, but in the first few verses, he said, I will plead there with the nations for my heritage, my people Israel. So, if you talk about that, getting the heathens, what they did to the Israelites, all the things happening now is gearing towards that. Nothing else. Because you got people that say, oh, I don't believe in that Bible stuff, I don't believe in all that stuff. Well, here's the thing. Whatever you believe in, is that coming to pass? That's why niggas just say, I don't believe in shit. Or that's why people don't say they believe in nothing. But at the end of the day, there's something going on. And there's an explanation for it. And the explanation is the scriptures. And that's why the Lord has us out here, reading out of the scriptures, not anything else. We might go into history and go into articles, but it's all filtered through the scriptures. And the scriptures is that nucleus and the key to the salvation. That's how we woke up.
That's why it's called a book of remembrance.
Yeah.
And nobody ever really stops to think, because they try to say, oh, the Bible's man-made. Well, yeah, duh, it is man-made. But so man was made. Who was man made by? And what put it in the minds of man to have these things written? And what was the purpose of these things being written?
Yep.
It all goes back to what? For Israel to remember themselves, because the Lord knew from the beginning that they're going to forget themselves.
And the Bible is the only book that was written mad long ago, and the stuff is happening mad long ago after it was written. No other book does that.
And it's written over a collection of thousands of years.
Right,
it's not
right.
like somebody just wrote it in 20 years.
Right.
It's a manuscripted, the most manuscripted book in the world, written over millenniums, right? Thousands of years. And on top of that, there's things that's written in the Bible that actually connects to things that are written in secular history.
Right.
You got what we was talking about before. You got Syria in there. You got Damascus. You got Alexander the Greek.
Lebanon.
You got Lebanon. You got Pharaoh Necho. You got Sennacherib. You go into these other nations, they got that. Those kings of these other nations, they are still. You go to Syria, you go to Greeks, they're going to have busts and information about Alexander the Greek.
That time, yeah.
And there's actually more things. There's more manuscripts written of the Bible, because I seen the elder brother YAHAWASHI looked it up. There's actually more manuscripts of things written of the Bible than there are of Alexander the Greek. But everybody in the world knows he's existed.
He's in there. Yeah.
You got Antioch Epiphanes, all these guys, Caesar, Julius Caesar, Herod, you got all that. But because now we're taking the Bible and the Lord through the Holy Spirit for what YAHAWASHI did, going up and loosening the seals. Now that we remember ourselves, now, oh, this is a fake book, oh, so this is that.
This.
Oh, nah, this is not that. That was using the Bible for all this time.
Word. Good point. And now the jig is up. Now the true worshipers, the true people of the book now know the book. They now remember themselves. Continue that though.
Verse 18. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places, and the city shall be builded upon her own heap.
Now, my bad. Now, if that was a small house, that should have happened already. But is there any peace in their dwellings? They still didn't go back to northern Israel yet.
Word.
And now they talk about, hold up, so you talk about now you at war with Gaza. You was at war, now you went to war with Lebanon. Now you going to war with Syria? Oh, you still got Iran? Yeah, I think 2025 should be a very, very interesting year. Because 2025 might be the year where the momentum really kicks off and then it gets closer to actual nuclear bombs being shot.
Yep, I think that. I mean, we'll see what happens. But yeah, the digital system, that's going to take off next year, man.
Take place. And really, real talk, some people were saying, like, yo, they feel they're in a digital cashless society already. But once they actually make it to where, like, yo, cash is not a thing. We don't accept cash. You know? It's like when it makes it like official type shit. It like is official now, but it's like you can still use cash. Like people still accept it, you know? So go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places. And the city shall be built upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof.
Oh, so that means once something is built, it ain't never gonna be destroyed. Ain't ever gonna be like a time where like, yo, man, it's renovating. Well, you can actually renovate, but like actually be taken down. Like right now in Israel, in Atlanta, Israel, stuff is blowing up. Like for instance, they attacking northern Israel every day. I don't know, is the ceasefire in yet?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, but the nation shall learn war no more already. That's covered. So that goes to show that you're not the people. Because if y'all were the people, then there would be no war going on at all. He said the nation shall learn war no more. Why is all the nations actually just preparing for war? As we speak. And go continue to prepare for war until the great war comes. Until the great day of the true Messiah comes. Where he showed you who his chosen are. Not you get put there in 1948 and they be like, yeah, we're the children of Israel. That's why ain't no peace there. Because you were the children of Amalek at that. That's the crazy. You're the children of Amalek, the worst scum. But go ahead.
Verse 19. And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving, and the voice of them that make merry. And I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small.
Oh, make merry? So they should be happy. Are they happy right now? They said they always every now and again they gotta go into their fucking basement to hearing the sirens and shit. That's not peace. Where's the peace at? Where's your peace? What?
Their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me, and I will punish all that oppress them.
Right, punish all that oppress them. Just like he said, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. You small hats, you getting your ass kicked sometime by them Hezbollah people, man. Where's Yeshua fighting for you at? Why you need America so much? What's up? Something's a little off. It's real off, actually. Go ahead.
Their children also should be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me, and I will punish all that oppress them. And their nobles shall be of themselves, and their governor shall proceed from the midst of them, and I will cause them to draw near, and he shall approach unto me. For who is this that engaged his heart unto approach unto me, saith the Lord?
But the nobles is going to be us at the top again. No more Kamala Harris's and Barack Obama's. Who else? Joe Biden's. No more Edomites. No more niggas going to Islam and going to Mecca and praying some Ishmael god. These Babylon gods, these pagan gods. No more than that. It's going to be YAHAWASHI and Israelite men at the top. The house of David.
And that also goes to show you how the kingdom is not going to be, you are not going to have other heathens that are ruling in the kingdom. Because they try to say that, oh, Jesus Christ came so everybody can be saved. Well, part of salvation is dominion. Daniel, it talks about the saints shall take the kingdom, right? So if the scripture says there that their nobles are going to be of themselves, meaning what? The nobility, the rulers are going to come from the seed of Jacob. And that is why when you read in Revelation, the 7th chapter, it talks about the 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe. That's going to be the ruling class. When you go into the word first fruits, we always say it. It is what? The superior class. No, what is it? Basically, superior people of the same class. Superior in excellence. There you go. Superior in excellence of the same class.
The elites of Israel, the righteous elites.
That's who's going to be the rulers on earth in the kingdom of heaven, which will be on earth. Will thou at this time restore the kingdom back to Israel? So you're not going. Hey, just like Esau and the elites are just Edomites. Now you may have some other heathens that have a say, so give suggestions, but the rulers are who? Amalek. It says Amalek was the chief of the nations. You don't got no Jake that's up there next to the Rothschilds telling the Rothschild what to do.
Because even in the mix of all of the regions going down, except for maybe like the Moab nations, all the nations is some kind of Edomite country involved. Even with the Moab shit, because they linked with Russia.
Oh no, they said, I was watching a brother, they said that the Zings, China, they said that his line go back to Amalek.
Get the fuck out of here.
And they said that the Saudi Arabians, the Prince of Arabia, they go the Sauds, they go back to Amalek. So I'm like, yo, that actually makes mad sense.
Oh shit, that's even heavy. I didn't know that. I didn't, because they look, you know what I mean?
And that's what Esau, and that's what Amalek did. He would go into these nations and mingle with them, but they would but they still being Amalek.
That's how that's why they're so for Amalek. Because they actually are Amalek. Because another nation, you ain't gonna, like, if it's not your nation, it's not there. But that makes perfect sense. That's why, like, when you go into like people like Kamala Harris and all that, their line goes back to Amalek.
Yep.
That makes perfect sense though. I didn't know that though. Like actually those particular people.
Yeah.
But I don't really. You have finished. There's a lot in there, but you ain't got it.
That's only two more.
Okay, come on.
Oh, you, verse 22. And ye shall be my people, and I will be your God. Oh. Verse 23. Behold, the whirlwind of the Lord goeth forth with fury, and continual whirlwind. It shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked.
Oh, whoa! The head of the wicked. Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Vinderberg, whatever their name is, Burgers, Amalek, the small hats. The Lord gonna holler. He gonna check you. Like you gonna get checked. Like the thing about it is, no matter what you do, no matter what laws you put in place, no matter how many jakes you evict and don't fix up the apartments and the slumlord shit you be doing, it's all gonna come back to you, man. And remember, not just you being Amalek, but going back all the way to the beginning. Your forefather, Esau, and then going back, you want to go back further, your forefather Cain. Still ain't get judged for yet. Y'all that seed. Y'all those people that's on the earth now.
People go back even further, the serpent.
The serpent, damn, the serpent. You want mess with our Lord back? You've been a thorn in our Lord's side. You wasn't really a thorn to Isaac, but you was treacherous in your time with Yahawashi and the first spirit then, Adam, Solomon, Yahawashi, and now his children, and he's waiting to come back to tax your ass. You like to tax people, right? Well, Yahawashi gonna come back and tax that ass. Pause. But if he's coming to all seriousness, he's coming to judge you. You're the first on his hit list.
Verse 24. The fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he have done it, and until he have performed the intents of his heart. In the latter days ye shall consider.
Read that again. Hold on, read that again.
Jeremiah 30:24. The fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until you have done it.
So the Lord is angry, and it says anger is not going. So he's not going to be not angry until what?
Until he have done it, and until he have performed the intents of his heart.
And the intent of his heart is what? This third world war.
Oh, my determination is to gather the nations.
Exactly. Assemble yourselves, ye nations. What is these nations doing? And they all, it's funny, they all getting geared up. We all gonna meet Yahawashi at the same time. He's gonna introduce himself to the world at the same time. Because remember, even the people that passed on, the Lord said he's gonna raise up. Everybody, every eye shall see him. Oh my God. Every eye shall see him.
Somebody Tyrese.
Every eye shall see him. Everybody. Ain't nobody going, like what we talk about, ain't nobody going too busy to see the return of the Lord. Like, oh, I was watching some TV show. Yeah, I'm running late. No, everybody gonna come outside. Because he's bringing everybody. It's gonna be like a magnet. He's gonna be like a magnet to every being. A magnet, everybody's gonna have to come up. As he descends, everybody just here. And then he's sitting there when I sit and judge all the nations around. Everybody's gonna see the destruction. If you're gonna be part of it.
They're gonna see the elect getting beamed up, come up, my people.
See the saved, the deliverance.
And it's gonna be the people that you least expect. Those that Wisdom of Solomon in the 5th chapter. Those that we accounted their works as nothing, their labors as nothing.
It just look like you look stupid out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be the point. That's what it's like, yo, you misused the prophets, you did all of this. Some of you killed the prophets. Now the Lord's gonna reap. Now you have to reap what you sow. Everybody will tell me you reap what you sow, right? Well, ain't nobody sow nothing yet. Well, ain't nobody reap nothing. Excuse me.
Oh, what's that scripture in 2nd Ezra? The evil is sown.
Oh, but the destruction not yet come.
The destruction not yet come.
Word, yeah. And that's all what's about to take place. It's all into the day of Yahawashi's return. All of this, what's happening in the past, what's happening in the present, and in the future is all revolving around Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi. Nothing else. And I don't have nothing else after that. So with that,
Now I'm just going to preach that.
oh, go.
In the latter days, ye shall consider it.
In the latter days, you shall consider it. That's what everybody's going to consider in the latter days. And that's what we're in the latter days. That's why everybody's in a more considering mode.
Oh, they said that the Bible sales
Oh, yeah, I think about that.
went up. I think it's historically.
And they said amongst younger people.
Mm-hmm. So that's what they're considering it.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is with the scriptures, as it says in Isaiah, you can't just read it. It's like a book that is sealed, or it's something like you're unlearned. Yeah. You can't just read the scriptures and think you're just going to be able to decode it. That's why the Lord got teachers. That's why the Lord set up prophets. And in order to get the actual information you're going to need in order to be stable in these times, you got to go to the men of the Lord. That's the whole purpose. And that's how ultimately the Lord gets glorified. Because you go to these churches, they're going to try to glorify themselves. And they're not even going to give you the real information. But for here, if really we received it, freely we're going to give it. And we're going to give you the skin there. That's why you had your boy came up, asked you, like, he trying to come home. You know? That's the mentality, man. Trying to come home. Because what is home? Home represents a resting place. Home represents a place of security. And we're living in a time where people are not feeling secure. People are not feeling at rest.
This is not our home.
This is not our rest.
Yeah. Hey, so with that, Lord, when it's edifying, we give all praise to Yahawah,
Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Hey, Damasa, Apostle Israel, aka the Apostle Great Millstone. Peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach your truth and all truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom to the elect.